Good morning. Welcome to the interview for the trade specialist position. Let's begin. Can you briefly describe your experience in the field of trade?
Good morning. I have a solid background in international trade, with a bachelor's degree in international business and 3 years of experience managing trade operations at XYZ Trading Company.
That's impressive. Can you tell me about a time when you successfully negotiated a trade agreement?
Certainly. In my previous role, I negotiated a complex trade agreement with a supplier from China. We managed to secure more favorable terms that led to a 15% cost reduction for our imports.
Trade often involves dealing with multiple parties. How do you handle collaboration and communication with international partners?
Effective communication is key. I ensure all parties are on the same page by using clear and concise language, regular updates, and utilizing collaboration tools like video conferences and project management software.
Give an example of how you've navigated through challenges in customs regulations.
I encountered a situation where customs regulations unexpectedly changed. I conducted thorough research, liaised with customs authorities, and ensured our documentation was accurate, ultimately avoiding delays and penalties.
How do you stay updated on international trade regulations and trends?
I stay informed through industry publications, attending trade conferences, and networking with professionals in the field. I also participate in online forums and subscribe to newsletters from trade organizations.
Can you explain your approach to risk management in trade operations?
Mitigating risks involves thorough due diligence. I assess geopolitical factors, economic stability, and legal considerations before entering into any trade agreements. Regularly reviewing contracts and maintaining contingency plans are also crucial.
Describe a situation where you had to resolve a dispute with an international partner.
I encountered a disagreement over delivery timelines with a foreign supplier. I engaged in open discussions, provided evidence to support our claim, and negotiated a compromise that satisfied both parties.
What strategies do you use to optimize supply chain efficiency in global trade?
I believe in a data-driven approach. Analyzing historical data helps identify bottlenecks, optimize inventory levels, and streamline logistics, ultimately improving overall supply chain efficiency.
How do you manage the challenges of cultural differences in international trade?
Cultural sensitivity is essential. I approach each interaction with an open mind, research cultural norms, and adapt my communication style to build strong relationships and avoid misunderstandings.
Can you provide an example of a successful market entry strategy you've implemented?
In my previous role, I led the successful launch of our products in a new international market by conducting thorough market research, identifying local partners, and tailoring our offerings to meet local preferences.
Explain how you handle the fluctuations in exchange rates affecting trade transactions.
I use hedging strategies and forward contracts to mitigate exchange rate risks. This ensures stability in costs and pricing, even when dealing with volatile currency markets.
How do you manage compliance with international trade sanctions and embargoes?
Compliance is a top priority. I constantly monitor updates from regulatory bodies, perform regular screenings, and maintain strict due diligence to ensure our operations remain compliant with trade restrictions.
Give an example of a situation where you had to manage a trade-related crisis.
During a transport strike that disrupted our supply chain, I swiftly arranged alternative logistics solutions and communicated transparently with our partners to ensure minimal disruption to our operations.
Can you share your experience with creating and analyzing trade reports?
I'm well versed in data analysis tools. I've created reports that track trade volumes, costs, and market trends, enabling data-driven decision-making to optimize trade strategies.
How do you handle the challenge of sudden changes in demand for products?
Flexibility is key. I collaborate closely with production teams to ensure a swift response to demand changes, and I maintain strong relationships with alternative suppliers to manage fluctuations effectively.
Describe a situation where you've managed to reduce trade-related costs significantly.
In a cost-saving initiative, I optimized our shipping routes, consolidated shipments, and negotiated bulk rates, resulting in a 20% reduction in transportation costs.
How do you balance the need for speed and the need for cost efficiency in trade operations?
It's a delicate balance. I analyze the trade-off between faster shipping options and cost savings. It often involves evaluating the urgency of the shipment against the potential impact on profitability.
Can you give an example of how you've leveraged technology to enhance trade operations?
I implemented an automated inventory management system that reduced manual errors, improved accuracy, and allowed real-time tracking of stock levels, optimizing our overall trade operations.
Lastly, how do you ensure compliance with ethical and sustainability standards in international trade?
Sustainability is a priority. I ensure our suppliers adhere to ethical practices and sustainability standards, such as fair labor practices and environmentally friendly sourcing, aligning our trade operations with responsible values.
Thank you for sharing your insights and experiences. We'll be in touch soon regarding the next steps in the interview process.
Thank you for the opportunity. I look forward to the possibility of contributing my skills to your trade team.